concept came from my experience of being a woman in many powerful spaces around powerful people, powerful men, and wanting to kind of express what it feels like to be in that position. I actually would never dream that I could have gotten the cast that I got, so I don't think I really, until I realized, oh my God, these people would be down to do it. I don't think I would ever dream about this cast. I would never dare.
Chan was involved pretty early. We had Chan on our mind pretty early. And obviously when he got involved, he was one of the catalysts that kind of made the movie really happen, which was a big, long, kind of multi-step process. But honestly, a lot of the rest of the cast, we cast kind of like, Zoe always wanted relative unknowns to play a lot of female leads, and we stuck with that. Naomi Ackie was maybe like, and Adria were kind of already on the path. They're both amazing. And we cast a lot of them, some of them literally at the last second, like just as we were starting to film. It's an amazing process. And we're so lucky to have the cast that we got at the end of the day.
I really believe that there's nothing but her hard work and staying in the fight that got it to this place. I mean, she really and truly did the work more than I ever would have if I directed the movie. Like, I would just be like, no, I feel like it's good, and we're going to send that. And she's just like, no, and she stays in there and just makes sure that every single little detail is there. Most characters, at least that I've played, I've stole from things in my actual life that I can be like, oh, I relate to that, or I understand that, and let me like create something from this place of honesty. And this one, I just completely created something like so far away from myself and like really went down some very esoteric pathways to like get there.
I read it in an hour and a half, and if I don't like a script, it takes me forever to read. I read it really quickly, and I remember punching the air and just being like, this is what I want to do. This is it. She blew my socks off every single day. I've never seen someone like, I don't think I've worked with a debut director ever before, and so like, I mean, lucky me that it was Zoe, but she had her eye on everything, and there was so much passion behind what she was trying to do and the stories she was trying to tell, and her love of stories is like, it's contagious.
She came to it and just had a natural ability. She knew exactly what she wanted, and yet she allowed for, she allowed for some improv. And we gave her, our mission, I think, while we were making it was just to give her everything that we could in order to help tell the story and make it as good as possible. And then she took it and made it this really scary, very exciting movie.
I hadn't read anything like this before. I couldn't put my finger on it, on specifically the tone of the film. It was like funny in moments and quirky in others and really scary. And there's so many elements of all these characters being high, drunk, scared, excited, happy, confused. And I was just like, I'm not so sure I can do this. And that's what kind of really made me want to do it.
I was thrilled. I mean, the title at the time was something different, so I already was going, okay, this is gonna be something. And yeah, it was just the way that the script went, it created this feeling of getting swept off your feet and being, lured to this place that, seems like the island of your dreams, and then all of a sudden the rug gets pulled out from under you. And I think people are going to have that experience in the theater too.
It sounded like a fun, scary movie. I was like, you're going to be on an island? Yeah, what popped out to me? I mean, I guess just it was like a story that I kind of felt like I hadn't seen before, which is what you always are looking for when you read a script. It was a surprise, the ending, that I won't give away, but it just also I like movies that have a mix of tone. So it was like funny and scary, which is my favorite combo.
It's always amazing. I mean, I cannot compliment her enough. I look up to her, and the way she is so diligent in her vision and knowing exactly what she wants. I think that decisiveness is important for this art form. And it just allowed me to play as well and be confident in that,
One of the most moving things to me that Channing spent so much time thinking about, and I think it really comes across in the movie, is what does an apology mean? How do we repent? How do we make better for our mistakes? We all make mistakes. Very few of us, hopefully, as bad as the people in this movie. But how do you try to reckon with the own problems? And I think that this movie really attacks that with so much care, and that it could just vilify very easily, but it makes an effort to deal with how confusing it really is.
You know, unfortunately, power gets abused all the time in all walks of life, and you know, has been going on for a very long time. So I just hope that people have fun seeing the film, but then they kind of go back into their personal life and just recognize and pay attention to things that maybe they didn't recognize before. You know, that's my hope.
Okay, so first of all, of course you want to work with Zoe, right? I mean, she never directed before, but you just kind of knew she would make something special just based on knowing who she is. I kind of go with my gut, and I just had a gut feeling she was going to make something special. My gut was right. I remember reading the script and thinking, wow, this is a lot, you know, and I want to help Zoe tell this story. And so if I could be a part of this puzzle that she's doing, great.